Digital, affiliate, email, experiential. There are so many ways to market your business. It can be hard to keep track of them all, and harder still to know what to invest in. But today, we're going to be talking about one strategy in particular that you'll want to pay attention to: content marketing. Why? Because it can boost your reputation as a trusted business. It can help you attract and retain a specific, highly motivated customer base, and ultimately, it can drive profits. Interested? Good. Then let's get to it. What is content marketing? The clue is in the name. Content marketing is all about just that: content. The official Content Marketing Institute defines it as a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content. How can you produce that content, put it in the right places, and put it to work for you? First of all, you'll need to create a content marketing strategy. By creating a strategy, you're immediately improving your chances of success. You'll know what you're trying to achieve and how you're going to get there. And importantly, you'll know how to evaluate whether the time and money you're spending is effective or not. A popular structure to follow is the SOSTAC model. Don't worry, we know it might sound scary, but we're going to go into the details of each stage in this video. Starting with S, situation analysis. Situation analysis is about gauging where you are at the moment, how your business and your marketing are performing right now. It's also helpful to look at the market as a whole, especially your competitors. Using this information, you can set reasonable goals for the future. A SWOT analysis is particularly useful at this stage. That means looking at your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What's good about your existing content? What isn't working so well? What are the possibilities in your market as a whole? And are there any external factors that could affect your content marketing efforts? Time to get back to our original acronym, SOSTAC, and we're on to O, objectives. This is the area that so many businesses get wrong. How? By not having any. It's so important to have a clear idea of what you're trying to achieve, because otherwise, how can you evaluate what you're doing? Where possible, your objectives should be SMART, another acronym. Sorry about that. Specific, measurable, achievable, and with a time frame in mind. An example might be increase the average order value of online sales to £30 per customer. Our second S in SOSTAC stands for strategy. Now, you should really start thinking about your audience. To get your content marketing right, you need to understand your customers as fully as you can. You can do this by defining the customer groups. Take a florist, for example. They might define one audience group as partners who are buying flowers for their other half. This defines one group of people who are likely to need their product at some point. Defining their questions and concerns. What questions or concerns might that customer group have? Let's go back to the florist example. Customers might be asking, if I make a specific request, how long will it take for my flowers to arrive and be prepared? The next job is to figure how best to answer these questions, and at what point in the buyer stage, and in what format. Defining the most typical path for the customer to find you. If our florist is on the high street, customers might know about them because they live in the area and pass the shop all the time. This footfall trade can be enticed through the shop window. Other customers may start with Google, so they would need to make sure the website has the answers to the questions they're asking. Think about the questions your customers ask when they call, email, or message you. That's a great starting point for your content marketing. Time to talk tactics. T, tactics. Here's where we get specific. What content are you going to create? Where is it going to go? How are you going to promote it? Remember, start with the problem and how best to solve it before you start thinking about the format. Now, what online channels can you use to share that content? Typically, we can split channels into 3. 1. Owned media. The channels that you own and control, like your website or things you post on your own social media channels, and any email marketing you do. 2. Earned media. These are the channels where you've earned your place, typically not through any direct cost. So for instance, people sharing your content on social media and press coverage. 3. Paid media. Paid media means the channels that you pay for. Examples include social media advertising and pay-per-click, or PPC. We've produced a series of really useful guides that go into more detail about these channels. Have a look on the ukdomain.uk for more info. Next up, A. Actions. How are you going to put all of this into practice? Clearly list your next steps. Using a simple table structure is a neat way of keeping yourself on track. So, coming back to our florist from earlier, one of their tasks might be to promote their Valentine's Day bouquets on Facebook. The deadline would be the 14th of February. They want their average online order value to be £30, so they'll try a carousel Facebook ad with a budget of £250. Finally, let's get everything under control, which is C, the last stage of the SOSTAC model. Control is all around how to prove whether your activities are working or not, whether it's meeting your objectives. And for this, we're going to introduce our final acronym, RACE, which will help you think about the entire marketing funnel. At each stage in this process, you need to be measuring something to understand how your content marketing is performing. There's reach. How are people reaching your business? Through visits to your website, your social media channels, or something else? Act. Are you leading potential customers to take action, like clicking on your social posts? Convert. Are you actually turning those potential customers into paying customers? A report of new customers will be especially useful here. And engage. Are you engaging with your customers after they've made a purchase or used your service? How many customers are coming back to your website again and again? So, there you have it, SOSTAC, your key to creating effective content marketing that blooms into real results. Check out the ukdomain.uk for more guides, models, and checklists to build your content marketing strategy.